There he is. There's Mikey T from Mike's Sportsbook. That's Michigan's premier sports betting hotline with tips, analysis, and predictions. It looks like he's out in the wilderness. Mikey T, did you step out of the sports book to take a break? Yes, I did. It's Friday, people. Friday, August 22nd. We've been studying. Have you? College football's on slate Saturday, August 23rd. We will be live in Kansas as the Jayhawks take on Fresno State. Also, at Kansas State, Iowa State Cyclones visit the Wildcats. Mikey T's been studying. We got slapped around a little bit in the MLB, but we do have 5-star locks in the parlor that hit upwards of 65%. That's putting a smile on your face and putting money in your pocket. That's right. If you're new to the station, please like and subscribe. In the description, get over to the Discord. Voice chat with the players. Voice chat with Mikey T. That's where you're in the lounge. You're learning about the sporting issues of the day. Who's hot and who's not. Who's in and who's not. Winners never quit and quitters never win. That's right. We're at the dead end. Do you go right off the cliff, or do you drive left up into the win column with Mikey T's 5-star lock? That's where you get to the parlor, and we have those high-confidence picks that I've labeled as a 5-star lock. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. I told you once, and I'll tell you twice. They're not doing it down south on the beaches. They're not doing it up north in the woods. They're not doing it out east at the Big Apple, and they're definitely not doing it out west catching those tasty waves. It's right in Michigan, people. The Great Lakes State. Mikey T. Protected by Lake Michigan, Lake Superior, Lake Huron, Lake Erie, and Lake Ontario. Couldn't get that out. Tips, analysis, and predictions, people. Sports betting. It's $1 billion a year industry. You might as well get your piece of the pie. Sports handicappers, sports touts, selling picks, selling opinions, underlining, understanding the game of baseball, basketball, football, hockey, Asian ping pong, Olympics, women's college sports, men's collegiate sports, all seasons long, all year long with Mikey T. We hit them, we ring them up, and we lay them down. Staying focused. Don't be greedy. Can't be selfish. Number one rule is you got to maintain your bankroll. You can't go all in. You can't focus on someone else's picks. You've got to stay diligent in your studies. You've got to dot your I's and you cross your T's with Mikey T. Don't change your mind. Don't change your bet. No one will know more than you, and no one will know more than me. We talk less and we listen more. You stick to your systems, stick to your guns. Things never last forever. There's always change. People don't like change. People get into that routine, and routines are hard to break. Winning streaks and losing streaks. And when they meet, it's chaos. You've also got to prepare yourself for the liars, cheaters, and thieves that you may come across in your life. Smoke and mirrors. Referees that are cheating. Umpires that are cheating. Sports betting is $1 billion a year industry. That's right, $1 billion a year industry. And since they legalized gambling, sports betting has taken off. Once you know your material and you budget, you should stay focused. You don't plan to fail, and no one fails to plan. You just got to stay diligent in your studies. Be responsible. Some people treat sports betting as a hobby. Some people treat sports betting as just an escape to do something for the day. Some people just do it for shits and giggles and fun. Other people make a living at it, like Mikey T, people. I make it rain. I get on them streaks, winning streaks, win, 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 win. Losing streaks, lose, 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 lose. But when I hit upwards of 65%, I'm putting money in my pocket. I'm putting a smile on my face. I'm getting a new phone. I'm starting a YouTube station, and it's called Mike's Sportsbook. We're 247 subscribers strong, moving at a high rate. Why do people call the sportsbook? Well, they call the sportsbook to get the latest up-to-date information on tips, analysis, and predictions. And as in anybody, somebody's wanting to catch Mikey T on a streak of winning them games, dotting those I's and crossing those T's. You know, nothing lasts forever. And when Mikey T gets rolling, you can see the smoke coming out of the book. The thing is I've got a 911 call to the hotline of the fire department. So when this sports book gets hotter than hell, you'll see the smoke before the flames, people. That's right. Mikey T was in the city last night, and now we're prepared to get back to the city and cash in. Yankees, Pinstripes, Tigers, division winners, Brewers, Cubs, Phillies, Mets, Dodgers, Padres, Mariners, Astros, Blue Jays, Boston, Yankees, Tigers, Kansas City in town. Everything's heating up. All at one time, MLB action, NFL action, college football. There's so much. There's enough to go around for all. Study, know your material. Stay focused. Maintain that bankroll, people. You got to be responsible. Just know your material and do you. Stay in that lane. Handicapping sports. You can handicap the sports. You can mathematically strategize, analyze, and minimize. And at the end of the day, the main objective is to get the win. And we've had some bad losses. We've had some great wins, hitting upwards of 65%. It's enabled me to put this station together and bring my latest up-to-date information of tips, analysis, and predictions of sports betting to you people, the consumer, the sports betting person. Someone will always know more than Mikey T, but no one brings it to you live like Mikey T does. A straight line, as in full circle, bullseye. Winners never quit and quitters never win. I've been gambling for 50 years, ringing them up and laying them down. People get into those routines and then they don't want to break a routine. People don't want to listen to someone else. They want to do their own. They want to do you, boo. They want to do their own studying material. And then if you find you're at the dead end, you're either going to drive off the cliff or you're going to drive right up into the win column. You need to get a hold of Mikey T. Mikey T. Baby. These glasses, they don't define me. Those losers, those winners, they don't define me. Nothing lasts forever, people. And this Mikey t-shirt, going on a year old. We're going to have more Mikey t-shirts. We're going to have glasses. We're going to have bandanas. We're going to have a bankroll big enough to throw a big bash ping pong party, 80s music, and all those bells and whistles. That's right, at the sports book. When we win, we celebrate. And when we lose, we get back into the studying and knowing that material, finding out where we went wrong. Because at the end of the day, people, it's just basic common sense. It's either right or left. It's either up or down, and it's either off or on. And as you know, the only way to make the logical decision with the most profitable outcome is to know your material. The more information you know, the better equipped you are to having a win. That's why you tune in to Mikey T, Michigan's premier sports betting hotline. I told you once and I told you twice. You went out and got a watch. Now you're seeing me and I'm seeing you. The next thing I told you to do is actually go and get a dictionary and find out what a hotline does. What is a hotline? The purpose of the hotline is for people to get the latest up-to-date information to benefit themselves. And I'm bringing you tips, analysis, and predictions, injury reports, player portals, coaching changes, who's in and who's not, who's playing today and who's not even trying. Those smoke and mirrors, liars, cheaters, and thieves, Mikey T is on their ass, studying, study. We dot our I's and we cross our T's. We don't leave any stone unturned, and then you gotta be ready. Scared money's never gonna win. If you're hesitant in your betting and you're not worried, then you're gonna probably do all right. Because you just stay focused, and then you don't change your mind. You don't change your bet. There's enough games to go around, and Mikey T's not trying to hit every game. We're going to study and look over all the games, and then we're going to dissect, and we're going to cut down the amount of games. We're going to focus on 3 games, and then we're going to go 1 game at a time. Win the first game, then you're on to the second game. Win the second game, you're on to the third game. In each game that we're betting, it doesn't have to be the same amount, because you might have a different feeling on one game to the next. And the main thing is not to lose the bankroll. So it's a marathon. Win game by game by game by game, staying diligent, studying, maximizing your profits, and being focused, being responsible. It's a marathon, people. We're not going to get rich overnight. We're in it for the long haul. Every season, every day, every year. Mikey T at the sports book. That's how it goes. Sports betting's rough. Some things we have no control over. The best thing we can do as sports bettors and gamblers is to take in the most information. Don't put yourself under pressure. Stay focused. Be relaxed. And fire away. Build on top of your legacy. Stack those games. People ask, teasers, parlays, straight games. Stay focused. Being responsible. 1 game at a time. Money management. And you're going to be okay. Mikey T at the Sportsbook, bringing you games every day, every season, every year. We win, people. We lose, people. Then we win, people. Then we lose. And then we'll lose again. And then we lose again. And then we win. It comes down to money management. It comes down to information. And it comes down to being right. It's a fun thing, Mikey T is. Mikey T in the sports book. It's a fun thing. You get to the sports book, get to the parlor, get to the lounge, voice chat with the other players, study sports betting, horse racing, casino playing, betting blackjack, knowing the rules, finding a system and sticking to it, playing poker, playing cards, rolling dice, shooting craps, gambling. It's for the rugged. It's not for the weary or the weak, that's for sure. Some people will never gamble. Other people will do nothing but gamble. Mikey T at the Sportsbook, Michigan's premier sports betting hotline. We're ready, people. Michigan Wolverines, Michigan State Spartans, Central Michigan Chippewas, Western Michigan Broncos, Eastern Michigan. Tips, analysis, and predictions, sports betting, Michigan, college football, Detroit Lions, NFL football, Pittsburgh Steelers, Winning traditions, people. Dot your I's and cross your T's. And you guys have a great day today on Friday. If you need a lock, get to that parlor. Mikey T's got a 5-star lock going for the weekend. College football. I told you once and I'll repeat it. The bookmakers, this first 2 weeks of college football, there's mismatches. They're going on last year's stats for this year's numbers. Last year's teams are different this year. Players have graduated, player portals, changes, new matchups, and the statistics are off. I found studying these games, every game the bookmaker can't be right because they're going on last year's numbers, last year's stats. Well, this is new numbers, new years, new teams, different players. Everything's changed. And I found some mismatches on point spreads and on totals. A couple of the games, the wrong teams even favored. I don't get that. But we will get it when the game's over and I'm ringing it up. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Mikey T has nothing better to do than to study and analyze these games, finding out when that next win is coming up. And we've got a winner. We've got a winner, not a chicken dinner. You ready to eat? Well, get to the parlor and we'll fill that plate up and I'll give you all you want. Mikey T at the Sportsbook. Tips, analysis, and predictions. And I'll tell you one more time, they're not doing it out west. They're too busy riding those waves, and they're not doing it out east. The Big Apple's just too busy. They're not doing it up north because they can't get out of the woods, and if they do, they're in the bar. Down south, they're worried about that tan and staying on the beach. Girls, Mikey T in the Sportsbook in Michigan's focused on sports betting and sports gambling. We're putting a smile on your face, and we're putting money in your pocket. Fade or foul, hate or like. Ring them up and lay them down. Mikey T. You guys have a good day, and we'll be in touch real soon. And you'll know it'll be me because I'll have a bandana on, I'll have glasses on, and I'll be tooting that brass horn that supplements the losing and puts me in the winning category. You guys have a great day.